The Biden administration has announced its new AI safety panel with Sam Altman and Sundar Pichai in and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk out. But what if the body that is designed to protect us all from AI risk actually turns out to be making things far worse? With AI, we're dealing with a technology that has the potential to wipe out all of humanity, so it's no trivial point. Today, I'm going to talk you through 3 factors that I think prove we're moving in the wrong direction. The first thing to notice here is that some of the biggest names on the list represent companies who stand to gain from closed source, gate-kept AI systems, like Sundar Pichai of Google and Sam Altman of OpenAI. And the 2 big names who did not make the panel, in Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, also happen to be big advocates of open source AI. This gives me the impression that the Biden administration has kind of already made up its mind on what direction it wants to go here. And it's fundamental to the first major problem with this committee, which is the massive present danger of regulatory capture. In case you don't know, this is when an agency that's set up to advance the interests of the public around a particular industry instead ends up advocating for the industry players it's supposed to be regulating. In this case, the danger being that rather than advocating for safe AI on behalf of all of humanity, this body ends up instead advocating for the passing of various new laws and regulations which simply make it more difficult for smaller upstarts to get involved in the industry at all. New laws and regulations can be time-consuming and expensive to keep up with, which then means only the big dogs can, and this secures their position at the top of the tree, as well as eliminating potential competitors. Now, this kind of situation would be a problem in any industry, but with AI, we're talking about a technology that has the potential to exert huge persuasive power over human beings. I wouldn't want a government-approved cabal of unelected regulators having sole charge of that kind of power. Would you? The second issue here is with the so-called intelligence trap. The people on this board are without doubt extremely smart, but that doesn't mean that they're the only people in the world qualified to know anything about AI. In fact, it's actually slightly more of a concern because they're so smart they might be able to convince themselves that they are. Smart people are not without ego. In fact, often they have far more than anybody else. And the thing about excellence in a single domain is that it doesn't necessarily always translate to others. There most certainly are very serious risks associated with advanced AI, many of which I've covered on this channel. But the fact is, we simply don't know who's going to turn out to be best placed to mitigate them. And in my view, it's extremely unlikely to be the government. One of the most significant and most feared risks of AI is the so-called hard takeoff scenario, which is where an AI system becomes self-improving at such a rapid rate that it's able to advance beyond all other AI systems that may have any chance of containing it. This could obviously be extremely dangerous because the system would be far more intelligent than anyone else or anything else on the planet. Now, in my view, excessive government control over AI is far more risky in this kind of a scenario than a vibrant open source community. Because in any world with a very active and engaged open source, any major escalation would have some chance of being mitigated by someone else within the community. As I've said, you don't know who's going to be best placed to deal with any given problem, but you can be almost certain that it's not going to be a government bureaucrat. If all the most advanced AI systems sit within government control, then it's only the government who's going to be able to fix any issues. Aside from that, we're also talking about giving politicians unprecedented access to some of the most persuasive technology ever invented, and that's before you even get onto what kind of damage excessive regulation could do to the development and innovation of the technology itself. And yet, as I've mentioned, there are no serious advocates for open source on this panel. Why not? Surely, if the idea of the panel is to debate the best solutions for the way we proceed as a species, then you want lots of different voices on there to argue it out and figure it out. It doesn't seem like we've got that. In my opinion, governments should take inspiration on this from the world of cryptocurrencies, where expertise and, most importantly, trust are decentralized, and widely distributed. Because this isn't just a technical problem now, it's a political one. Building and maintaining the trust of the population, especially in democracies, is going to be vital as we move into a world where AI becomes superhuman as a communicating force. So that's my view. I would love to hear what you think in the spirit of decentralizing and distributing thoughts and arguing and debating. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. That's it from me. I'll see you next week. By the way, if you're still watching this, that means you are easily among the top 25 most engaged viewers of this video. So I just want to say a big thank you for sticking around. Highly engaged viewers like you are super, super, super important to me and to this channel. So any thoughts you do have, I would love to hear about them in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed already, then you would be doing me a massive solid if you hit that subscribe button. Thank you again. I'll see you next time.